Okay, we're at the GHP Associates shop in the main chamber of the Rahway Theater. Union County Performing Arts Center is set up in our shop, mainly to get the winding correct. What you see here, what we'll do is we'll do a perimeter inside and out and a description of everything we can. Starting up over in the right hand corner with my back to the shades is the string. The string 8-foot 12-note chest. This is winded separately. It feeds into that plenum, but the diapason, which is here, the 7-note diapason, is blocked off. So only the tremulant effects. This is the only 8-foot stop the tremulant effects. The string will be tremmed completely. And as you can see from a quick overview, the chamber is in a triangular form, which really works quite well for sound egress. It's controlled expression-wise by a double set of 8-foot long shades. There's 20 blades per side. Here's your diapason, and you can just hear one of our machines starting up. The shop is operating. The diapason here is all bolts together. Inside these plenums, you have to take the front boards of the chests off to get to them. Next we have a diaphone, which is basically brand new. Every one of these feeder boxes is new. The top, what I call feeder assemblies, have been restored, all but two. The board in the bottom is brand new because that was all rotted. Water had gotten to it. These two feeder box assemblies here are brand new, 100%. They were just trashed by the rain, the water that leaked in and over the years. As you can see here, this is all new. It just was rotted away. The lines you see there are where the chest was cut and glued back together. It was a total mess. It all works perfectly now and there's no leaks. What we have here is the regulator that'll feed all the 16-foot bases. The diaphone, the Gordon, and the 8-foot string, and the 8-foot board. That was made by us in the shop, right to Wurlitzer specifications, basically. It's 26 by 32, I believe, or 33. I always get those sizes mixed up. Here we have the support for the treble end of the 16-foot Gordon, which is a new leg which will be shellacked before it goes in. That one was all rotted. Here you can actually see where we cut apart the chest and re-glued sections of wood in to make it work. Here's the 8-foot Gordon and its original wind line. And interestingly enough, everything fit perfectly. Even the holes, screw holes, were transported from the original one to this one. Everything just screws right together. Here's the base end of the Gordon, the low C right here. Your access hole, this is how they bolt together. You can see. Screws go in, then we put a cover over that. Wurlitzer used lead covers, lead sheet, and they always leaked. We're not going to use the lead sheet. As much as I think it looks neat, we're going to use plain old, well gasketed plywood covers. Here as we go around, see. Now some of this floor frame, as you can see here, that's cut away. That's cut away because we had to leave it underneath the relay. The relay stayed in the theater, in the chamber. And here too is a scrap piece, but There was also another piece that came across that was strapped by the relay. It'll all go back in place when we're in the theater. Here you can see the line from the regulator to the board and feed. Our new floor frame, which will be heavily shellacked, cleaned, sanded and shellacked before we go, and our corner of the chamber, which was totally rotted away. Floor frame and everything is gone. Here's our nice wing line. Notice that it's underneath the chest, so nobody's gonna walk on them. At least we hope not. Here we have another feed which comes out to feed the relay and the chrysoglot, which is up above me. That's an original wind line right there. Beautiful workmanship. Here's our two regulators. We have a 32 by 35 and a 20 by 30. The 32 by 35 feeds the main organ and the string 8 foot. This here saves the shades and runs the shades and the relay and the chrysoglot. Of course, the original chest here, and beautifully restored strings, which we just put to see what they looked like. They sound glorious. Now, a lot of people do away with the J-box and put individual lines, which I absolutely think is terrible. We've restored the J-box and installed it exactly as it was. The only difference is that we use, if you look, you can see screw springs. We use screw springs on everything we possibly can because it keeps things from leaking. The J-box was totally restored and leathered, probably better than they did originally. You can see the feed into the regulator, out of the regulator I should say, from the J-box. Here again is I'm standing with my back to the shades. We'll have a walk board that goes across here. The 20 by 30, which feeds again the relay and chrysoglot and shades. And last but not least, we have the tremulant, which is fed by a line which you can't even see from this angle because it's right here. Comes down, over and under. Everything sits on the floor frame with dowels into all the bearers, so everything is located just as it was in the theater. The next video we take will be of this thing in the theater.